Hi everybody, good evening. This evening I'm talking about fat freezing, cryolipolysis, and I'm going to be joined by Saskia Hawkins, who is the export manager and a director at Deleo. And Deleo are going to be one of our premium sponsors at the Tweakments Guide live event, which we've got on Wednesday. With this new and very exciting brand, or it's new in the UK, brand of cryolipolysis. So let's see if we can get Saskia in here. She's particularly about people's fears and concerns around cryolipolysis, fat freezing, because we've all heard more about that in the past couple of years. Hey Saskia, there you are.
Hi Alice, how are
I'm
you?
very well, and yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you absolutely fine, and I've managed to join on the right channel and get you in here and not there was an update to Instagram very suddenly last week, which I couldn't get anybody into the live until I'd done it. Anyway, that was a nasty moment.
Oh, okay.
But
we're all okay today then.
And thank you very much. I know you've only just got back to work after a trip, so yeah. And then you've got to, now you're based in the south of France, aren't you? And you've got to come here.
Absolutely.
For Wednesday.
Absolutely, yes. No problem at all. Thank you for having me join the live. Thank you also for having us take part in the second edition of this Treatment Guides event live on Wednesday that we're very looking forward to. I've just got back from an amazing business trip I had in India, where we were launching a few of our Cristal Pro devices there and circulating the word around the body layering. So very interesting market as well out there. And yeah, then I will be traveling over to London Wednesday morning on time to be at the event. So yeah.
Wow. I want to talk about this body layering, but I thought perhaps we should start. I mean, could you explain a bit about the technology behind Cristal Pro? Because it's slightly different to other fat freezing that we've seen before, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you could, and Deleo does a lot of different machines, technologies, devices, but this is the one we're talking about this evening. So if you could talk about about what it is and how it does it, that would be fantastic.
Of course. So basically, so that everyone understands, Cristal Pro is the most advanced, revolutionary medical cryolipolysis device on the market today. Most commonly known under the word of fat freezing. Fat freezing, which basically the treatment consists on freezing the fat cells, targeting them on a localized stubborn fat fold area, where they simply then die and are eliminated naturally through the lymphatic system. Now, Cristal Pro is a revolutionary fat freezing device because we have pushed the limits, let's say, still in the most safest and the most efficient way, so that the device offers the most effective results with a whole holistic treatment, still targeting obviously the fat, but not obviously still offering the best results in terms of fat reduction that you can find on the market today. There's many reasons to why it's different compared to a lot of fat freezing devices on the market, and the main ones are the safety that we've seen, the cooling temperature that we've also revolutionized by patenting the cooling system, so that it cools down to -12 degrees with short treatment durations of 30 minutes, which is fantastic for patients who want to be in and out very quickly, but still offering the best results.
That's amazing. Can I stop you in a few of those things? So safety, because I think that's everybody's. I know we wanted to call this whole talk about sort of unfreeze your fears, because everyone's been concerned the last couple of years about the potential for things going wrong with cryolipolysis, particularly PAH, or paradoxical hyperplasia, where the fat, instead of dispersing and vanishing, actually hardens up and solidifies the treated area. And so in terms of safety, is that something that Deleo is addressing head on with Cristal Pro?
Yeah, being a manufacturing company, our number one priority obviously is the safety for our practitioners, but also for the patients that are going to be treated with our devices. We put our team of engineers, biomedical engineers, focusing and studying on how we can perfection and how we can reach the highest level of expertise in each parameter of cryolipolysis and obviously the other devices that we offer, but still being as safe as possible. We have to, as all of our devices are medical CE. PAH is a huge fear in the market, especially with the bad buzz that has come around. Now, very briefly, it's something that no cryolipolysis manufacturer could anticipate or predict. It's something, unfortunately, that happens. Very rare cases. But what we did to try and anticipate any bad side effects around PAH or any others is to look at the three main factors of a cryolipolysis treatment, which are the cooling, the suction level, and a time duration. And we've basically worked on each three of them so that they are still giving, like I said, the best effective results that the patients are looking for, but avoiding to emphasize these possible side effects. So suction is a huge part of how the PAH can occur. And what we've done is we've allowed the Cristal Pro device to have an adjustable suction level, which is customizable depending on the size of the fat fold, which is extremely important. So yeah, many of those things will avoid, let's say, will decrease the possibility of fat freeze of PAH, will not avoid it in any case. That isn't exactly possible.
Thank you, but it means you have a much lower incidence of it, yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Over our first cryolipolysis device was put on the market 10 years ago. So we do have 10 years of experience in cryolipolysis. And we had a first version, which we improved, and then the Cristal Pro, which is the latest generation. And from that, we over the studies and over the PAH, we have a percentage of 0.0050% of pH occurring with our cryolipolysis devices.
Yeah, that is very good to hear. And the cooling down to -12, is that faster and colder than most?
Yeah, -12 is the coldest descent in temperature that you can get in cryolipolysis on the market today. Yeah. And we have had to combine it obviously with a 30-minute treatment, which is great for the patients, but it's also very safe because reducing the time of the treatment but going very low in temperature also reduces the possible side effects, because you are obviously putting pressure or coldness onto that treated area for a less amount of time. So the rednesses and the bruises that can occur, which are completely normal after any cryolipolysis treatment, are also reduced.
Fantastic. And what kind of results can patients expect from it? Because I think that's what we all want to know. What
obviously. No, of course.
Treat best. Which areas can you treat?
Okay, now we say you can get basically up to 30% reduction on that specific targeted area that you treated. Wow. In average, 2 treatments are needed on the same area. But once again, that's an average. It's very important to adapt the treatments depending on each patient. So the post-consultation part is the most important, and you adapt. So maybe some patients may need, depending on the size of the fat fold, 1 treatment. Anyhow, 30% fat reduction in a treatment on that targeted area is expected. And you can treat many areas, actually. That's what's really exciting about our device. We have 8 different size applicators, which allow to adapt. Yeah.
Okay, so going from the top.
Going from the top, we've got the chin, the double chin, that can be treated in 2 different ways. Either you have that little double chin pocket, basically, that's focused here, or you have a more coverage double chin here, where you're going to be able to, with a specific smaller applicator, basically treat here, overlap, and treat the jaw lines, basically. Then going downwards, you're going to be able to treat the bra folds, the back folds, the arms, the whole abdomen surface.
Bingo wings.
Yeah, exactly. Here, the bingo wings, or bat wings, as we like to call them. And actually, we have a very specific applicator for that area, because the arms seem to already be have some skin laxity. So instead of maybe increasing the skin laxity, we also review to offer an applicator that has no suction. So it's a flat applicator that you come and strap on the below the arm, which has perfect results, because the main factor in fat freezing is the cooling of the applicator, so -12 degrees, but no suction, so you're not creating the skin laxity that could occur in some regions.
Okay, that's clever. Then tummy, love handles.
Abdomen, love handles, inner, outer thighs, the back of the thighs, the saddlebag. We also have a specific applicator for the saddlebag, where as well it's going to have not so deep cavity of applicator, so that you're again still having some suction, but not creating that whole big seas of suction, because in the saddlebag areas on the thighs, it's very difficult to actually isolate the fat fold. You don't have much fold, you have a lot of cellulite sometimes. So with these specific applicators that are going to envelope that side of the thighs, you are going to create also a good seas of that surface of the treated area. Also, another area which is really interesting for men and is becoming more and more popular is the pseudogynecomastia area, where we have really amazing results on the chest for men, only for men, and we have amazing results. I will be very interested in showing some results on Wednesday evening, because I know that more and more men are opening up to aesthetic treatment. So it's a target definitely to focus on.
Is there a question just come in there? Is there one area of the body where you tend to get better results, or is that down to the consultation and the assessment of the patient, because we all vary a bit?
It's a very good question. It will depend on the patient. It will depend on the consultation. It depends also on the size of the fat fold, but not only. A non-invasive treatment has the best results when the patient works with the treatment as well. As it's no surgery, you're not opening, you're not removing something automatically. The patients are going to have a minimum of post-treatment care to just basically encourage better results. So that also has an effect. But there's the most common areas where people want to treat anyway are the abdomen and the thighs, and in those areas you just get the most amazing results.
Okay, and I know one of the things that's different about your technology is you have an ultrasound scanner as part of the machine, as part of the device. How does that work, and what advantage does that give?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great that you mention it, because we are the only device to offer this feature. It's a ultrasound that is integrated into the device automatically, and allows in the consultation part to visualize and to measure basically the actual subcutaneous fat that you will be targeting throughout the treatment. It gives you perfect diagnosis, and for the doctors, it also allows them to enter that measurement and have customized and personalized treatment parameters automatically uploaded by the device thanks to that measurement. But not just in the pre-part, for the post-treatment follow-up, when the patient comes back after 6-8 weeks from the first treatment and you measure again with the ultrasound, they can actually visualize the change, basically the improvement they've had from the first ultrasound measurement and the second one.
Okay, so that's pretty handy, because then you can see exactly what you've lost, or how.
Exactly. It's a measurement, so you will see that you had maybe 2.5 centimeters, and then 8 weeks later you only have 1.2 centimeters, for example. It was also important to us to integrate this tool, because we needed to remind people that cryolipolysis is a medical treatment. Even though it's a non-invasive treatment, it is medical, and so it is done by medical professionals, so doctors, practitioners, nurses, and so on. So it just gives credibility back to the treatment and back to the expectations of results that you can have with this type of treatment. So diagnosis tool, absolutely accurate post follow-up, but also it gives credibility back to the actual treatment itself.
Yeah, which I think is really important.
It is.
Given the whole reputation of the aesthetics field in the UK, you know, it gets tarred by the lack of regulation that kind of affects the whole area, though I'm trying to come at the whole field of medical aesthetics by pointing out, it is medical, like you say, it's cosmetic results, but they are medically medically based procedures. They should be who know what they're doing, and at the top level of the market there is a lot of excellence in this area. So
absolutely,
pushing people towards the things that are good and work well and are well made, that is absolutely what I love to do. You mentioned earlier the body layering concept, which sounds amazing. What is body layering?
So the Cristal Body Layering is a holistic 3-step program which consists on combining 3 different technologies. Cristal Pro being the first step of the treatment program, and then we incorporate the Cristal Fit, which is our electromagnetic muscle stimulation device, which targets to tone the muscle. And the third step is the Cristal Skin, which is a radio multi-frequency device, which then targets the sagginess of the tips of the skin by firming it up. The idea arise from feedback from practitioners, basically, and most specifically plastic surgeons, which in their day-to-day work are used to tackling different layers of the body. And they were referring to us as, once they've treated with the Cristal Pro, they were seeking for other devices or technologies to actually work on the muscle and the skin, because they realized that they were wanting to treat the body in a whole. So that's when we started looking at it, and then that's where we basically we came up with this Cristal Body Layering, where you're going to treat the fat. Once you've treated the fat with the Cristal Pro, you now can target the muscle with Cristal Fit. You're going to tone that muscle up, and in alternation of with the Cristal Skin, where you're going to firm and give the skin a lovely texture. So you're going to be really, basically the finishing touch is given by the Cristal Skin. Now, what's interesting for practitioners is they're going to be able to create a recipe, basically, of a treatment plan with having these 3 devices at their disposal. And because some patients are going to need only 1 treatment of Cristal Pro and alternate 2, 3, 4, 6 treatments of Cristal Fit and Cristal Skin, and vice versa, that depending on the patient's indications to start off with, but also the expectations.
Terrific, thank you. Now I am going to keep this very short and stop in a minute, because we're going to talk more about it on
we will.
And I know on Wednesday we got Dr. Galina Sellers-Neva from the Dr. Rita Rakers, who's going to be talking about body layering and all the rest. And Galina has been using the system for about 4 years, I think now, hasn't she?
Absolutely, yes. Dr. Galina at Dr. Rita Rakers' clinic has been using our first generation device actually for more than 4 years, maybe 5, 6 years. And then for the past 3-4 years has passed on to Cristal Pro. And she will be explaining Wednesday evening a bit more about, in a practical point of view, how she assesses the patients, how she uses them, and how she's able to basically create treatments that she names with all the different applicators we offer, like I said, to get the specific results that she's wanting to give to the patients. So it's pretty amazing.
Fantastic. And there was one other thing I wanted to pick up on that you mentioned going through, because when you were talking about using the ultrasound to sort of show how much fat loss after how much time, after 8 weeks, that's quite quick for cryoliposuction.
Yeah. Now that's 8 weeks. Basically, you do the first treatment, and 8 weeks after, from 8 weeks after, you can assess the second treatment. So you can have the second week treatment, if needed, 8 weeks after. But actually, some results can start to appear, be visible 4 to 6 weeks after the first treatment. So it's quite fast. Yeah, it's quite amazing. And also in specific areas like the chin, like the flanks, where you're going to have really stubborn fat folds that you're going to target with smaller applicators because the fat fold is smaller in the first place. Those results are visible from the 4 weeks onwards. Yeah,
terrific. And I'm very much looking forward to Wednesday night, not least because you, like several of the other brands, are offering treatments live on the night, where people will be properly consulted and all the rest. But anybody who wants to expose their flanks, or we've actually had a load of people book in, so I think that's all sorted out and coming your way if it hasn't already.
Yeah, no, it has. So thank you for putting that out there. It will be definitely interesting, because I think, like, you said at the beginning, the whole idea and what we'll be mainly talking about Wednesday evening is also the whole unfreeze your fears, because we really need to get back on track towards the public and raise awareness again that fat freezing can be safe, and it is safe and is efficient, and you just have to, like anything, you just have to have the right tool in your hands, and obviously used by the right people, and then you will have basically the best treatment follow-up possible.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much, Saskia, for taking the time.
Thank you, Alice.
And I will try and collaborate it with Deleo Official UK account, and then yeah, when we will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday.
Absolutely, look forward to it too. Thank you again, Alice, and thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you. Take care.